Hey guys, welcome back. We are here with the Ruger SFAR. We wanted to do a video on whether this could be used as a DMR or not. So we've had a lot of issues with this gun. We'll get into that later when we sit down and talk about this. We'll do some talking ahead and go over the issues we had with this gun. Right now we're loaded up with some 168 grain Federal Premium, and we haven't sighted this in yet. We had to take the optic off to tighten the barrel nut. The barrel nut came loose. That's why we were having issues getting this to group. So we're going to try this Federal Premium 168 grain ammo, and we're going to see what kind of group we get out of this. And hopefully we're on paper still, because we were on paper, but we were bouncing around all over the place last time. So let's fire off 3 rounds. Alright, the groups are still real shitty. I think it's pretty much just me. Not real stable. You can see it's probably about a 3.5 inch MOA right now, which is not even close to acceptable. So I'm not even sure where the hell this thing's grouping at. I'm going to try a different ammo. It did not like the 168 grain last time that I was using, that Federal. So we're going to try some different ammo. Alright, we're going to try again with some Federal XM80 CLs. 149 grain full metal jackets. We're going to load these up and see how these group. Alright, we're getting pretty similar. I probably pulled on that one. That was probably my fault. I'm not the best at shooting with a scope. Probably got a 2.5 MOA on those. There's actually a little bit better spread on this than we had on the 168 grain. Next, we're going to try some Buffalo Rifle cartridge, I think is the name of the company. I know they make some 9mm pistols, and they also distribute some ammunition, so we're going to try that stuff next. Alright, the last group, the grouping was a lot better. We didn't have our phones on us, they were back in the truck, and our camera overheated in the time we filmed shooting it and walking back down to the target. But we had about a 2-inch MOA with the SFAR. Still not impressed with that. It's not shooting as good as I thought it would. My last SFAR I shot just as good with a red dot as I am this Vortex Viper. Not super impressed with it. If you wanted to use one of these as a DMR, that'd be up to you. It seems to be finicky on ammo. I tried to shoot that Buffalo Rifle Cartridge Company ammo. It didn't want to cycle it on gas setting 2. The Federal 168 grain and the Federal 148 or 47 grain, 149 grain, don't quote me on that. That cycled well through the gun. My reloads have cycled well through the gun, but it did not like that lower pressured BRC ammo. So if you're going to use this as a defense weapon or a hunting weapon, you want to make sure that it's going to work. Shoot it. When you buy one, go through it front to back. Make sure that everything's tight. We ended up having a loose barrel nut, and we tried like 3 times trying to get it to group properly, and we had it out. Today was the 4th time. After the last time, the 3rd time we shot it, I brought it home, checked everything out real good. The barrel nut was only hand tight. So I got a hold of Ruger, told them what had happened. They sent me back an email saying that it works to 40 foot-pounds. So I tore it back down, took it out to the garage, put it in a vise, and we locked it down to 40 foot-pounds with a crow's foot. And it seemed to be shooting better today. It was less gassy. I don't know if the loose barrel nut would cause an excessive gas to come out of it, but the last time I shot it, it was burning my eyes like bad. And also the bolt, I will put a picture in somewhere here of what the bolt looked like when I first received this gun. The bolt was very tight, and it's usually take an AR bolt, sling it out, and it'll unlock the bolt so you can put your bolt back in your upper. It didn't do that. It needed to loosen up. After about 100 rounds, I believe it was able to be slung in and out without having to pull it like really hard. And it also had this piece of crap in it, which, like I said, I put in that picture. I posted again. And that should not have come from the factory that way. Whoever put that bolt in should have noticed that piece of metal shard sticking out of that, because that could have caused a headspace issue. And my first SFAR had headspace issues. Any round I put in there was very hard to eject, whether it was a reload or a factory ammunition. And I tried 3 different loads through my old one, and I was not happy with that at all. So I didn't want to send it back to Ruger, so I sold it. And that's when I bought this one. Um, this one has been problematic as well. I mean, it's standing up to Ruger's quality standards, I guess, because it is not. I mean, it's $1,000 308, but you think it'd be a little bit better coming from the factory, not have a loose barrel nut, not have metal shavings hanging out of the bolt. Now, if you wanted to use this as a DMR, I would definitely go with a higher powered scope than the 1 through 6 that I've got on this, which you can see here, the Viper PST Gen 2. And we put this extremely cheap. I don't even know the brand of it. Yeah, whatever it is. This bipod actually came with my wife's Ruger Charger. And actually, that's been a good gun. I think their 22s are good to, they're good to go. But this SFAR needs a version 2. They need to go through this gun and address the issues that they've had with this. And a lot of people have had problems with these, whether it be the gas blocks or like I had issues with the barrel nut coming loose on it, crash inside the bolt. It's not up to specs yet. It's not up to par. Ruger needs to do something with this. And this is the second or third video I've made about the SFAR. And I really wanted to like this. I wanted to love this rifle just because it's an affordable 308. I've got a nicer 308 that, if the feces hit the fan, I would grab it way over this. But I was looking for something as a rut gun, kind of say, just a throw around, knock around gun that I didn't really worry about getting messed up. This is not it. It's not it by a long shot. I've thought about trying the PSA Saber and seeing how it, matches up against even this. I mean, they're both in the same price range, which we may have one of those on the channel soon or not. I'm not sure yet. The wife and I are still talking about it. But like you saw in the video, the groups were not great. I think a lot of that had to do with me. I was pulling. It was hot, had sweat in my eyes, and I'm making a whole bunch of excuses for poor shooting. I really want to see how another AR platform 308 rifle runs, because I haven't shot an AR-10. I do have a 308 Tavor, and I had this exact same scope on it, and I was getting really good groups with it. And it's got a 1 in 12 twist. This has a 1 in 10 twist. I've tried different grains. Like I say, it's just all over the place. That last group, I did get it down to about 2-inch MOA. But again, it's nothing to write home about. And you think the gun would shoot a little better. And I've seen videos of people having these guns stretched out to a couple 100 yards, and they do great. And if you hear anything in the background, it's my cat. He's got a piece of string, and he thinks he's a big game hunter. But this may not be the last video we do on this. I was wanting to make this a DMR video. Like, is this a budget DMR? And like I said, Ruger needs to step up their quality. I cannot recommend this gun to anybody. I kind of regret buying a second one, except other than to just clarify that the Ruger is not up to par. And as always, man, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Let's take back our Second Amendment.